Calgary Flames never say die, and Cam Talbot of the New York Rangers, he is the real deal. Holyfield, all that more coming up on In the Crease with me, Tommy C. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to In the Crease with Tommy C. A lot of stuff going on in the hockey world, and we're going to cover it all. And I'm here with none other than Chicago Dead on Dave. Welcome back, Dead on Dave. You have a new computer.
I got new toys.
And you sound better than music. You don't have that buzzing in the background. I know most of the fans couldn't hear that, but it could make me fucking crazy. But you sound fantastic.
Always said I couldn't hear the buzzing, and you know why I can never hear the buzzing?
Because you got used to it.
No, because I got the buzzing right here as I was trying to listen to the video because the buzzing was always my fucking computer.
Yeah, it was. That's what it is. I always thought you were
But I don't have it anymore. It's
I
gone.
thought it was that stupid fish tank. But anyway, let's get back into hockey because we're going to stay with hockey, do the hockey thing, and hockey, and Johnny Hockey of the Calgary Flames. The Calgary Flames never say die. Absolutely never say die. Let's take a look at where they are in the stats right now. Let's go to the Magic Shot from the Point page thing, upper, whatever. Calgary Flames find themselves in third in the Pacific with 75 points, 37, 25, and 5. A team that nobody said was going to be in the playoffs except, who, Dead on Dave?
I'm not sure. Was it me or you?
No, it was me. It was me. Don't steal my thunder. Even though I went 12-0, 0-12 in bets when I finally got the win. And they managed to stay above the pack. They will make the playoffs. They will
seed right now.
They're there. It's done. It's over. Greg Wyshynski, for all his faults, wrote a fantastic article and basically unintentionally may have made the best case against advanced stats that we know of. Let me get into this a little bit. I can't read all of it legally. But I don't think I can read all of it legally, but I have to read some of it because he does the best job, and it is important to know that this team is the real deal. Before we start that, I do want to share this sucker with the general public, so I'll do that now. I was supposed to set this thing up before, but I haven't, and I want to let all Flames fans know that we're all about. I couldn't be happier because we're going to pull up those things and who made the playoffs and who didn't. And the Flames were really at the top of my list, and everybody was like, ooh. And I was like, no, they made the right news. Of course, I didn't know about Johnny Hockey at the time, but they're there, and they're ready to go. Here's Greg Wyshynski. The Calgary Flames were not supposed to be in the playoffs this season, yet they are in third in the Pacific. The Flames were supposed to be cooked after losing defenseman Mark Giordano, which they lost last week, which we only touched on, and I think that's because I took the day off, the one day this. But that was a huge... That was definitely. Yet here they are, hanging tough, going 5-3-2 in their last 10. The Flames couldn't possibly sustain the shooting percentage that carried them all season, yet they remained 6th in the NHL at even strength. And on Wednesday night, they finished with a preposterous shooting percentage of 26.1, with a 6-3 win over the Anaheim Ducks. A win that featured a second period, which the Flames scored 3 times in just 4 shots.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that's completely insane. Let me go back. Let me go a little further in the article. This is going to be for your anti-advanced stats people, which we, by the way, we're not. I don't think we're advanced. I wouldn't put us in that category.
No,
we're skeptical. Skeptical.
Well, I'm just willing to give it some time. I don't think they found the exact stat to hang their hat on.
I am for the Kyle Dubas advanced stat movement inside of Toronto because they should just take anything. So let's get. It was a game where the Ducks dominated possession. In Corsi, 62.63% versus 37.37. That's what tied me up. Sorry. Right. With the Flames. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. It was a game that featured something just as confounding as unsustainable stats. Derek Anglin fighting Patrick Maroon after a 2-goal deficit, and the Flames trying in the game with the next 7 minutes of the first period. It was huge. He's a leadership guy. He saw an opportunity to change the tide, and I think he did that, said defenseman Chris Russell. Here's the thing, Dead on Dave. Here's the thing. I'm certainly not an anti-advanced stats guy or a stat denier, as Greg Wyshynski likes to put it. But I think this proves a much-needed point. The darlings of advanced stats are none other than the Edmonton Oilers, who have not made the playoffs in almost a decade.
Yeah.
The team that doesn't have the advanced stats, that has the guy, that has the enforcer, that changes the tide of the game. They were tied 2-2 at one point in this game. They make the difference. Never look, psychology. The problem with stats is like it takes psychology out of the game, in my opinion.
Sure.
It takes the never say die attitude. Of course you need skill. You can't just like believe you can't get beat, but they do. The Flames have had skill all season, of course, from Johnny Hockey.
Yeah, they have. He's been a spark plug that nobody saw coming.
To TJ Brody. There's another guy. And let's not to mention they're one of the best defensemen in the league, Giordano.
Yeah.
There is a lot of skill on this team, but it's not, I wouldn't call them a team of depth.
They're plucky. They're plucky.
They're a plucky hockey team. Yeah, fair enough. That's kind of a bizarre terminology, but
I like
take
plucky.
It
They're full of pluck.
Here's the thing. Now, I think we said this early on. I'm skeptical about advanced stats because it kind of takes the scout, the guy that knows the game, the guy that's on the ground out of it, and it puts the guy that knows nothing about the game, hasn't played the game, and really doesn't understand the psychology game, just basically takes the numbers in charge. I'm for diversity. I think in a management situation, you have to have both those guys. You need the nerds and you need the Don Cherries.
Got to have a balance.
I do believe that. I think it is a balance, and then eventually a consensus, and hopefully that consensus turns into a positive result.
Yeah.
There is no one thing that can be removed. Advanced stats were being sold in the summer, sort of like as almost a cure for scouting, almost as if the game had been solved itself. All you need to do is play fantasy hockey and stack a team full of Corsi. Well, there's some other Corsi.
It was a ridiculous argument. I don't know.
It was ridiculous, and I'm not even saying that this particular argument proves that Corsi has no value. I wouldn't.
No, it doesn't. In fact, what it does prove is that shit happens in hockey, and
yeah,
I'll take it further. If you get outplayed in the Corsi possession stuff, 62-37 on a nightly basis, you are not going to make the playoffs. I will say that.
It doesn't.
This is an anomaly. This is crazy.
This is nuts.
It happens. It's hockey.
It shows that heart and will can carry you when the odds are against you, and quite literally, the odds are against the Calgary Flames. The odds were against them. But they found places to win. They learned how to win. And it is hats off. Old-time hockey is not dead. Yeah. Will is not dead. The enforcer is not dead. I'm going to start working on my reading skills, by the way, because I am reading lousy online.
Reading is fundamental.
I don't know why I freeze so much when I'm on the air. It just drives me nuts. But I think I got the point across.
Yeah, I agree. You definitely did.
So, I mean, hats off to the Flames. I thought they made good moves in the offseason. And, we were bitching about tanking this week. Well, they got rid of Jerome McGinley 2 years ago, the Calgary Flames. They let Trevor Kidd retired. They didn't offer him any new contract or anything. Not Trevor Kidd. What am I talking about? Kiprasov retired. It wasn't called tanking back then. It was called rebuilding. So when your team sucks, you wipe the slate clean, you start with new kids, and you get a new coach, and you start building something different.
You know the difference?
What's that?
Connor McDavid wasn't in the friggin' draft.
And that's really what it is.
Ago.
So all this tanking stuff is bullshit.
Bullshit, and it's bad for you,
Bullshit,
folks.
And it's bad for you, and we called it out again. It's ridiculous.
It is, absolutely.
But the Flames, I'm super proud of them. I hope they go far. I don't really think they're a threat to my team. Being the best.
Nobody's a threat to the friggin' Rangers. Except themselves, and I'll get into that later.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. We're definitely going to cover it. And another guy that's defying the odds is somebody on the New York Rangers, Cam Talbot.
Yo, wow,
Cam Talbot, who I was not convinced was a primetime goalie. He has shown his last two games, especially against the Hawks.
My God, yeah.
Against the Hawks, against the Islanders. He
against
started
the Capitals.
To win my
against
confidence.
The Capitals.
And then last night, the save that he made last night.
Wow.
Look, we're getting the type of numbers now that it's not just the Rangers are afraid and they're putting a lot of offensive pressure on and they're scoring 4 or 5 goals a game and the defense is playing better than it normally is. Cam Talbot is giving you what Henrik Lundqvist gives you, 1 to 2 goals a game and always a chance to win. I'm not ready to call him an elite goalie, but I am ready to say that he's ready to be an elite goalie. And
you know what?
That actually
I was going to... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but that actually could be a problem. No, I'll segue into you, brother. Go ahead.
No, the funny thing is, we were talking about this earlier, and I was saying I wasn't sure if he was an elite goalie either. Mm-hmm. I think I'm changing my mind on that, and I'll hit you with some numbers here.
Sure.
Last 5 games, all Talbot starts, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're 4-1 in those games.
Mm-hmm.
He's given up a total of 4 goals in those games.
Oh, Jesus.
And those games were against Washington,
mm-hmm.
New York Islanders,
Great
Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit, and Nashville. Those are all playoff teams, folks.
All playoff
This kid's
teams.
for real.
All elite teams. Yeah.
This kid's for real, man.
Like, goalies, I will. The only thing is, I just play devil's advocate for a minute because I'm starting to believe. I'm becoming a believer. Goalies are fluky. They're weird. They're sort of like the best. They're a lot like pitchers if you really want to. If you want to.
They are relief pitchers, if anything. Yeah.
A lot like pitchers. They can go up and down and freak. But I tell you another conversation that we had all that I wanted to bring on. I think the thing with being a goalie, especially since a backup goalie never plays, he sits in. It's the type of thing where if you have the talent to be an elite NHL goalie, unless you get the playing time, no one's ever going to find that out. Nobody. You're just simply going to be a backup. And long stretches of not playing, especially when you're a young goalie. Last year he was a rookie, especially when you're a very young goalie. And I think when you're a backup goalie and you sit in the bench, that counts as a game played. That counts as so it's not like, it's not like you're not scratched. You're on the bench. So he has no chance to win a Calder Trophy this year. Assuming he even played the whole year. The only time a back goalie really never has an opportunity to win a Calder Trophy. You have to pretty much, the star has to get hurt and he has to play the entire year and have an incredible GAA and an incredible win percentage or save percentage, excuse me. So what the fuck was that? Oh, that's my gambling site.
Jesus, scared the holy hell out of me.
Well, if anybody wants to know,
that'll wake you up.
Everton just scored after Domino Kiev. So I'll close that shit.
Thanks a lot, man. I got to go change my friggin' underwear.
That was kind of bizarre, wasn't it?
Oh, my God.
So, yes, I'm a compulsive gambler. And what was I talking about? So what I think happened is it makes me think there's a lot of goalies out there that may even gotten the NHL level, but just because it's everybody's afraid to take a chance on a goalie. Everybody's afraid to let him take a Malcolm Subban situation. Yeah. I'm sure there's guys in Boston. He's not NHL quality. He gave up 3 goals on 3 straight shots. Well, he didn't. He didn't get pulled to the second period. But I think it's the type of thing where you have to adjust yourself to the speed. And if you have the talent and you have the time and net, I think those things can come together. And I think it's safe to say that Cam Talbot, a guy who had to play in Alabama to get noticed, may have those skills. What a nice problem.
Watch him move between the pipes, Tommy. This kid is special, man.
He's a little quicker than Lundqvist as far as left
watch
and right.
Him. He's there's something about him. And now he's got an edge to him.
Yeah.
Because you can't play the elite type of talent that he's been playing and shut them down. 4 goals in 5 games against 5 playoff teams. I don't care who you are.
Elite teams.
That is impressive. Yeah, not just 5 playoff teams.
Elite teams.
Maybe the 5 best teams in the league aside from them right now.
And you could make an argument Capitals are in that thing because they're really starting to come in there.
Capitals,
and especially the way Ovi's been scoring. What, he has 45 goals now?
Yeah, not a team you want to play in the playoffs.
I think he is. He probably will score 10 more goals. We're looking at a 55-goal season from Ovi this year, more than likely. Look, this is fantastic for the New York Rangers. This is great. Of course, with good news comes bad. This is big, and it probably, if you're a Habs fan, if you're a Dallas Stars fan, if you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, I'm just going to drop this a little bit. Ovi gave a shot to Kevin Klein. He's now having X-rays on his arm. They're saying that he may be out a week or two. Do not underestimate this injury. This guy has been really replaced Anton Strawman in the blue line. Remember, the Strawman went to the Tampa Bay Lightning after last year. We lost a good portion of our Stanley Cup team. Strawman was a huge part of that, especially since Dan Girardi did not have the Stanley Cup playoffs that we're all used to him having, although Girardi's playing a lot better lately. Do not underestimate the loss of Kevin Klein. Why? Because defensive defensemen are still important, contrary to advanced stats beliefs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Everything flies in the face of advanced stats.
And you love to point it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I do, actually. Yeah, I do,
You
actually.
Well, because
I think, unlike the baseball thing, I think the advanced stats movement is coming without. It's sort of like the anti-fighting thing. It's coming from outside the game. Whereas the baseball advanced stats movement came within the game. It came from Billy Beane.
That's true. In reality, this advanced stats movement that's really started this year is probably about 5 years too early. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
it's about 5 years too early.
Do not underestimate, and it's a good movie. It's a fucking great movie. The influence that had. That film maybe had it was probably the most influential sports movie in history. That movie really influenced a lot of things. And I think that's fair to say, considering that we look at advanced stats now as if they can predict victories and future champions. Use your advanced stats. You want to impress me? Go to this website. If you're in Canada or in Europe, because you can't do it in the United States. Go to this website right here that I'm going to show you right now.
Oh, my God.
Go to this website. Use your advanced stats and gamble. Show me. That's what you show me. Pick fucking 12 games in a row. Don't lose 12 games in a row.
They can't possibly do any worse than you.
Andy did the math. It's beyond the laws of averages.
It is beyond the laws of average.
50% think it's beyond the laws
You don't have to do the math to know 0 and 12 is beyond the fucking laws of average. My God.
It's beyond. Well, I think she gave me a number. So, beyond the laws of averages. 12 in a row. Unbelievable. I did take Chicago over
Arizona.
Do you want to make a pick with me right now?
I'll make a pick with you right now. That sounds like fun. What do you want to do?
That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do some sports gambling right now.
This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, and and you can't do it in American, douches. Yeah, we'll do that. I like the live betting, like who scores the next goal, because it gives you really ridiculous
You're
odds.
getting sick, man.
Yeah, I know, because you can like pull, you call it boom. It's so much fun because like I watch the game, like if you take this webpage, I can watch the game in the corner here, and okay, they have all these live stats, and I can bet. Oh God, I mean, if I had a gambling problem. Holy crap.
One might be on the way.
Oh, I think they're giving me a free bet. They're giving me a free $1 bet. So I think we should do that.
Nice job, Fred Flintstone.
Let's go. Let's do that. There's a lot of games being played tonight.
Let's pick a game.
All right. What do you want me to read? You want me to read them to you?
I can. Let's see here. Let's see. Tampa Bay, Toronto. I don't.
I got Edmonton and Pittsburgh. Edmonton's got a 5-point advantage. 5 points.
They're getting 5 goals.
They're getting 5 goals. Correct. Yeah. So you get.
I'll take Edmonton. I'll take Edmonton.
Oh, you want to do the other games though? Let's do some of the other games.
I'll pick them all. Fuck it. They call me dead.
No. We got to pick. We got to agree on one. So let's go over that. So we got Tampa Bay over the Boston. They're almost even. Strangely enough, Boston's got a. Actually, wait a minute. Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is coming in as. That's bizarre. Kevin is coming in is not as the favorite, but not by much. So that's pretty evenly scored. The Dallas Stars over the Hurricanes, they're about even. That's about right.
That's about right.
The Columbus Blue Jackets, the Detroit Red Wings. The Blue Jackets are definitely the underdog there, 4.20. The Ottawa Senators and the Montreal Canadiens. The Senators is that might be a good bet, Dave.
That's a good, I like that.
Yeah,
one.
because the way they're playing lately, it is a 3-point spread there, 3.40 over Montreal. They could conceivably beat Montreal. Let me go to the other ones. The Winnipeg Jets over the Florida Panthers. That's about even. Philadelphia Flyers over the St. Louis Blues. They're given 3.60 go to the Flyers. I don't want to bet the Flyers.
St. Louis is given 3?
St. Louis is given 3. Yeah, 3.6 for the Flyers.
That's a value bet. The way St. Louis is playing right there, I like that bet.
But I bet on fucking Winnipeg the other night and they lost. I'm not.
I would take Philly in this one, actually.
You want to take Philly? But Philly's kind of out of it.
St. Louis is playing horribly lately.
Yeah, but they also they lost. Yeah, they are. But I don't know. I don't see. Yeah, maybe that.
I like getting 3. I like this.
You getting 3?
Philly.
You like getting 3. All right,
I'm
not
Philly
done.
Getting 3 here.
I already bet on Chicago, the Blackhawks, and the Jersey Devils.
That's a good bet.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bet. Here's what we're gonna do. Me and you are gonna both place a bet. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play. We're gonna place a bet on Ottawa. That's what we're gonna do right now.
We're taking Ottawa.
Yes.
Getting how many is Montreal laying?
It's 3.40 for Ottawa, and you only get like 1.95 with Montreal. So it's like it's almost like a full 3 goal. It's almost like 2.5 goals.
Gotcha.
So there you go. So Ottawa, and if I win the Ottawa bet, so I'm putting $1 on it because I'm cheap. I put $1 on it, so I'll make 325. So I'll make about I'll make about a little more than $2. I'll make 223 if.
That's the line. You're okay.
Yeah,
okay.
that's the line. I don't know. I'm new to this.
That's how many. Okay, I thought you were telling me how many goals they can lose by and still win the bet.
Yeah, I'm new to this, so I'm gonna take Ottawa on that one. All right,
that's put that in.
I'm taking Ottawa. You're laughing at me, but we're gonna take your team too. All right.
Well, I thought Philly was getting some goals here.
Philly, it's the line.
I misunderstood how hockey betting
stupid.
works.
I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's bet anyway.
Because that's the averages. I'm not taking that bet. If Philly has to win outright, no way. I'm not taking that bet.
Activate my free bet, so don't worry about that.
Let's see.
Activate free bet. Why don't you? So you don't want to bet on Philly now? Philly?
No, I thought they were getting some goals. No.
No. It doesn't work like that.
No,
that's like
not.
So like I'll make a 360 on a buck.
Yeah, that's their betting line. I got you.
Oh, okay, it's a betting line.
Now I understand. Okay.
I don't understand this stuff. Now I'm learning. But there's also something you can click in the middle that I don't understand either. We gotta go. I'm coming over. We gotta go over this.
Yeah, I gotta see this.
I'm coming over your house. Can I come over?
Yeah, come over. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I want to come over tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay, cool.
Is that all right?
Yeah, works for me.
Okay, I'm gonna come over tomorrow. It's
a date. Come on over.
A date. So we'll go over all the money I lost.
There
all
we
right.
go.
Maybe I'll buy a pay-safe card.
You know what? What's the line on LA Vancouver?
LA Vancouver. It's about even.
Really?
So like it's 2.30 for Los Angeles, and Vancouver's 2.75. I don't know. The more and more I think about it, more and more I like your Philly bet. Let's do it on Philly. Come on.
All right, let's do it.
Let's Philly. It's a free bet anyway.
Fuck it. Let's. No, Philly's lost 3 in a row though, player.
Let's do it anyway. I just clicked next, so it doesn't. Okay,
oh God.
What
did we do?
Oh, I don't want to make a multi bet.
Okay.
Back because I don't want to do that. I want to. Oh, are they forcing me to make a multi bet? Horse shit. I'm going back. I don't want to fucking Ottawa Senators. All right, we're gonna put the free bet in the Ottawa Senators. Place bet,
okay,
free bet.
I think that's a good lay.
Okay, that's a free bet, and then we'll pick. We're gonna take Philly. Take Philly.
Well,
we might record. We might record tomorrow. So because I'll probably record before I come over. All right.
Okay.
And here's the. I don't want a multi. I don't like this fucking thing. It automatically. No. This is horseshit because it automatically goes to the multi bet, which I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't want the multi bet. You already placed this bet. Fuck off, man. All right, you laughing at me? I'm learning, man. I'm learning.
A little bit. This is a hell of an in the crease.
Yeah. This is good. No, I like it. It's funny. All right, and then we're gonna go with the Flyers. Ottawa Senators next.
Oh God.
Plays that bet.
Oh, this Philly bet scares me now.
Really? We're doing it anyway.
It scares me.
We're doing it anyway. Single.
I misunderstood the rules.
All right, we have a possible winning of $6.65. Yeah, they what they do is they rope you into bringing in. They totally rope you into like putting the multi bet because you have less odds of doing because you have to hit both games. Yeah. But you get
it's a parlay.
You get better. It's a parlay. That's what it is. It's a parlay.
Fuck that.
All right, Kevin Klein out. That's serious stuff. You can give us a call, 718-395-7660 if you want to. Other hockey news is Columbus defenseman Ryan Murray is back off injured reserve. I don't think that's going to make a hell of a lot of difference. Jeffrey Lupul has been benched for long stretches last night against the Buffalo Sabres. I guess getting all up in arms and attacking people on Instagram is simply
it's a bad idea.
It's simply not happening.
Stay away from social media, kids. Come on. What's
I know
the point?
enough.
Stay away.
I know enough to say like, if you're gonna tell people to fight you, don't say you want to step outside when you're rich. You say, "Come on, you don't have the guts." You know, you don't actually say, "I'm going to punch you in the face."
No.
Stupid. You don't do that.
Don't say that.
You don't do that. It's
not good.
not good. It's not good. It looks like we're Frenchie Ben. You're on the air from Quebec, and yes, I know Quebec is in Canada.
Hey guys.
What's happening? What do you think of our
Yeah,
bets?
I know that you know.
Yeah.
You're a brilliant man.
Why is that?
Because you are who you are. You're Tommy
no.
C.
Did you see that show yesterday? I actually took it offline for a couple because I hated it so much. I'm not that brilliant.
Yeah?
I didn't like my show. Yes, I think I did a shitty job. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
But what's on your...
You
I
can
think
leave
I did
it
a poor
there.
job.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? It's YouTube, you know?
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
What are you going to do?
But
What's on your
today
mind?
I'm calling you guys. I wanted to order a pizza, and I'm not quite sure about my choice, so maybe I can tell you, and you tell me if it's going to taste good. I would like a pizza. Can you put on that some Calgary? And I would like to have a double amount of Kessel. And on top, can you put 2 slices of Fanouf?
Oh, I love Fanouf. Dave loves it.
Yeah.
You know who loves Fanouf even more than me? It's Dave.
But do you think it's going to be eatable?
Yeah, well, I think you should send
If
it to
enough's on there, it's definitely gonna smell good.
Here's what I think you should do if you're in Canada.
It's going to smell pussy.
Cuthbert pussy.
It definitely should say "eat me" on it, and you should send it right to the Leafs locker room.
It might be a little bit fatty with that extra dose of Kessel,
Yeah.
and the cadre just might taste bitter.
Oh,
but,
come on,
you know.
Dave. Putting Kessel on your pizza is not a bad thing. I mean, come on, live a little. You know, people go to McDonald's every day.
That's right.
Like, you just got to moderate a little bit, you know? The little Kessel
Yeah, but
never
I
hurt
thought
anybody.
if I put some Kessel, maybe I'll have my delivery faster.
That's right.
Putting Kessel on your bird. You have any complaints, grievances, comments on your Habs or anything else in the NHL?
The last game against the Lightning, we lost 1-0.
It was a good game, though.
Yeah, it was, but it showed everything that I expect we're going to see in the playoffs, which means
I got the same problem with the face-offs with the Rangers, so I think you and me are the same boat. You have slow defensemen, and we have bad face-offs. It's going to eat you alive come playoff time. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like our defense that much. It's a patchwork.
Yeah, it is. That's a good word for it.
It is a patchwork. That's quite a good word for it.
Yeah.
You know, for English being your second language, Frenchie Ben, you do say things sometimes that are quite creative. I noticed, like, when you sent me an email recently, there was a word you sent me I had to look up.
Okay.
You're doing a good job over there in Montreal.
They got good schools.
Yeah, I'm sure they have better schools than we do, right, Dave?
Oh, when I was young, I was listening to Sesame Street and the Flintstones.
Oh, yeah.
Let's say I never practice. I never speak in English. The only time is when I speak with you.
Really?
That's very surprising.
But he listens to all of us assholes. He
Well,
hears
that's
all
true.
kinds of colorful languages.
If he has a background, he's listening all the time. But I always thought Dave, that like that's why the English and the Americans aren't as good at language because, like, let's face it, I don't think I'm being an American asshole. Pop culture in North America is kind of cooler. Pop culture in England's kind of cooler. So maybe, just maybe, that it's just like, if you want to be cool and you speak a little English to begin with, and then you start listening to these programs, different types of music, English music is the top. There's not too many German stations that play German rock and roll. Let me tell you, it's all from North America over here.
It's a language perfect for that. English is you're getting to the point.
Yes,
I guess you're right. It's like for me to not that there's any. I encourage everybody to learn more than one language, but it's like I think you get more out of learning English than I would get out of learning French. And what I mean by that, of course, I would be more enlightened and I would learn a lot more by learning French. But it's almost like you open a bigger portion of the internet up when you learn English. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's like,
true.
it's easier to kind of drive. Like, I want to do this stuff because I want to understand these music lyrics. I want to get involved. I want to know what's going on MTV. I want to know this, so that have you. Whereas, like, and this is an ignorant way of looking at things because it's the same. It's the same thing, but just not as big. I don't need to learn French. I don't need to learn Spanish. I don't need to learn German because what does it do for me?
Yeah.
You know, and I think whereas people that are from countries like yourselves or areas like yourself, because it's not, obviously Quebec's not a country, but it's more like I have to learn English because I want to grow, whereas us people us folks that grow up learning English is like, why do we have to be like them? Which is kind of stupid, but I think that if the world was reversed and everybody spoke French, it would be a lot more valuable to learn that. So, what do you think of that?
From you, by being in Germany, it's not easier to learn German.
Oh,
I think
is.
It's the same base. With
The problem
English.
is they all speak English.
Here we go.
Yeah, the problem is I'm actually starting class. That leads me into my next thing. I have to actually make an announcement for next week as far as the show's concerned because my German classes start again.
Okay.
Yeah, but no, yes, it is easier. There's no doubt about it. But there's
Not for all of us.
everybody. Dave has a really hard time with it.
13 years, 2 years of college German, not a fucking word. Been married to a German 12 years,
He can't
not
speak.
a word.
I speak more German than him, and he's been here
nothing.
longer than me. You know that?
I got nothing.
Isn't that funny? Isn't that
got
funny?
nothing.
No, I think it's like there's too many people that want to speak English with you, and there's like an American bubble you can live in over here, and then we've been in it too long. So whereas like if I had to go Quebec, it's French or die. But I'm in a situation like that now where it's German or die because I'm outside of the American bubble now. So
I think there's as much nuance in English language.
It's not that bad?
That helps.
you can
No,
survive.
in Quebec, you can live in English. It depends on where you live.
Okay.
Like Matt seems to be in Sherbrooke, I think.
Yes, I think he's in that area. Yeah.
And it's in the Eastern Township, they call.
So he can get by.
Historically, it's a place where Anglophones were living.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny you say that, Anglophone. I've never even heard that it put that way. You know what it is, too? So it's sort of like here, we can get by learning English, but if we want to better ourselves, we need to learn some more German. I think that's fair to say, right?
But Dave did it. I think it's called Alicia Marie.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That is German.
Alicia speaks fluent, perfect German, by the way.
She does. She perfectly. She's been in German school her entire life.
Yeah, and her English is first class as well.
Well,
My daughter's English needs some work, but she is. Only
I
six.
can't give her any shit because she'll just slap me in the face. I just...
All right, Frenchie Ben, we're going to take.
For those who listen to Shot from the Point or In the Crease and don't understand nothing, learn English.
That's right.
Well, there you go. That's what you got to tell people. All right, thanks a lot, Frenchie Ben. Pat from Pat Quinn from South Jersey. I don't know why are you still calling. Your team's pretty bad.
What was that?
Your team sucks. Why are you still calling?
I know
We can
my
hear
team
ourselves,
sucks.
Pat, we can hear ourselves.
Oh, yeah. Turn the sound down. Whatever. Turn on your radio.
Turn on your radio, asshole.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're a little weak.
much
But
better.
go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
I know my team sucks, but I'm still a fan.
Yeah, you're a good man. I said that last week. You're a very good man.
You gotta stay with them, baby. Gotta stay with them.
I totally agree with you. I believe that the Flames will make the playoffs, and I think they are a team, if they get hot, they can make a run to the cup.
Ooh, I want to know if I go that far.
I think they can run deep. I don't know how deep, but I think they can run deep because sometimes when you get this hot and let's take it back a notch too. It's not like we're talking about world beaters right here. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10. It's not like, or 5-2-3, whatever they are. This is not world beating numbers here, but I mean they're decent. They're decent. They're hanging in there.
I got to stop you. I don't think they can make a run for a cup. I don't think they can do that without their captain.
Great.
This team is going to run out of this boat. But what they've done with this through injury, through downslides, through not being in the playoff picture, through getting back into it, I think it says a lot about the hockey team. And this is a hockey team that can build with some good moves, good general managing for the future. And I think that's it. I don't know about it. Look, let me tell you something. They get by the first round. To me, if I'm a Flames fan, I'm pumped going into next year. Pumped.
That's a win.
Pumped.
Well,
But I don't know about that far.
it doesn't really matter if you do get hot. I mean, all evidence. I mean, I know I'm
That's true.
beating a dead horse, but the 2010 Flyers.
No, you're right about that, bud. If you do sometimes it does happen. Teams that barely make the playoffs get hot, and it does.
What happened when the Kings won their first cup? Weren't they like an 8 seed?
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
was a really tight division in the West. It was a little bit different.
It was deceptive. It was a
Yeah.
deceptive 8.
They were
It was
still
like,
they were still a pretty good team. There's a lot. They were tied with other teams, and but you're quite literally correct though.
Here's the
another
thing, though. I could see a scenario of them getting out even as an 8 seed if they end up having or a 7 seed. If they play Nashville, if Nashville gets the 1 or 2 seed, they could beat Nashville in a 7
I
game
can see
series.
that from experience because in a situation where Calgary's got, and look, this is based on emotion. We saw emotion overcome stats. So I think that's possible. It's kind of a scary situation for the Nashville Predators if they were open up a team like that. It's like kind of like how I don't really want to open up against Boston.
Yeah.
You know, because of all the playoff experience and what have you. Whereas a little different in the West. Whereas I'm actually, I'm a little scared. I'm a little scared of opening up against a team that has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
That's the way I see that.
Yeah, even if you open up against Boston, I feel that if it goes 7, Tuukka Rask will choke in the end, so it really doesn't matter.
I don't think Tuukka's a choke artist, and I don't think the 27-second thing was even his fault. I think that was a defensive letdown. They fell asleep at the worst possible time. I think Tuukka's one of the best.
I love
goalies in the
that.
league.
I love that moment though.
It was
Yeah, I mean,
heart
even though my
wrenching.
Flyers are, out of it, you always got to have a Western Conference team, and my Western Conference team is the Hawks.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're gonna make.
I
game
knew
of
I
that,
liked
right?
you.
No,
Yeah.
but that's from when I was a little kid growing up, because I like the Hawks because of Chelios and Ronick and all them.
Well, yeah, because wait a minute. Say that again. You like Chelios?
Well, at the time when I was a kid, I didn't know about the whole Chelios thing.
How old are you? I thought you were my age.
I'm 30.
He's my age.
No shit. Another thing we got to mention is Jonas Hiller. He played with the Ducks last. He got hot with the Ducks and he choked in the playoffs.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
his record this year? Let's
But
see.
but if the Flames are going to go in there, I'd rather have them have Ramo in. He looks like a
Yeah.
Mm.
Ramos
Actually,
played
he's
well
only
this year.
20 and 17 this year. Jonas Hiller, the Swiss goalie that the Ducks pitched after he choked in the playoffs. I think that's you really don't. I think that's the key right there. Now that I'm looking at the stats, I think one of the things that I don't, unless they have a goalie that we don't know about. There's really not one standout goalie, and we all know. I think we can all agree that you need that.
You do.
Going into the playoffs. So there's not really
Well,
one
we
standout
also know
goalie on the
one
Flames.
thing that's a given. If the Sharks make the playoffs, they'll choke.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know, but the thing with the Sharks is they really fought to stay alive, and that's a shell of the team as it was. I think a lot of people expect the Sharks not to even make the playoffs this year. Yeah. So that's
Well, and that might come true.
Tommy, you're picking the Flyers to win tonight?
Yeah, we did because
Yeah, we did.
because
You
we're
feeling okay?
yeah.
It's a we thing, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay.
We actually
I've been
we
dragged
put
into
money
that.
on it.
I got dragged into this somehow.
We put money on it.
I know we're definitely going to lose.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, let's see if I can go 14 and 0 and 14.
Woo! Keep it perfect.
Yeah, keep it perfect.
All right,
That'd be
let me get
funny.
off here.
All right,
You guys
Pat.
got
I'll
a
see you
call.
around, brother. I think. See. Here's what I think. I think that. See what should we? Well, I promised him a show tomorrow, so
We're
I
definitely
can't do
doing
a live
tomorrow.
show tomorrow. I can't do a live show, and I have to announce that I probably have to send him this too. I cannot do monetize this tomorrow either. I had a planned birthday party that I've just been. Well, I found out. I'd say Wednesday for sure. So there's no way I can do MT. So I definitely want to do something tomorrow. So maybe we should get tomorrow and we'll put up a
bet recap show.
maybe definitely do the bet recap and we'll get up tomorrow and then I'll deal with you. Oh, Deb's calling in. We got to take her call.
Remember, we didn't talk about the Islanders re-signing Boychuk to a 7-year.
And that's really important. That actually just happened before we just came on the air. He's got a 7-year deal. Let's talk about the New York Islanders. The Boychuk and Letty thing turned that around.
Yes, it
And
did.
the fact that Tavares didn't get injured like he did last year.
Very true.
So, yes, this is a fantastic move for the Islanders. The Islanders are making the right move at the right time. Lock this kid up. He is a thing. And also, I really think that's also, and it depends on what you think, like, about the salary cap. Is the salary cap spread the wealth around a little bit, or the wealth of talent, I suppose, around a little bit, or does it take good teams and strip them? In the case of I would even throw the Chicago Blackhawks. They're not as dominant this year.
Yeah, they have to always try it because they're always up against the cap. But look at the elite players that they have. This is not a bad deal. I mean, 7 years, $42 million. Boychuk's a damn good player. You got to look at what the Hawks gave both Kane and Taze, both 8-year deals at $88 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, shit. So this is not a bad deal at all.
I think you got to lock these guys up so you don't have to worry about it, especially the bright futures of the Islanders. Fred, Deb in Texas, what's happening?
Debbie.
Oh.
Yeah,
what?
you're on.
Oh, sorry.
You're on. How are you?
Well, I was good, but I'm not going to talk about football right now.
Oh, I don't know anything.
Yeah, you'll get blown up.
You'll get blown up. So, yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so I won't.
Okay.
Oh, I know why she's mad.
Why is she mad?
Shut,
All right,
shut
tell
up,
me why.
Dave.
All right, tell me why she's mad.
Because
What's on your mind, Debbie?
Did I just get blown up?
No,
I think that was
that was
the
like
third
there's
domain.
two types of blow ups. There's like the hang up blow up, and there's the blow up.
Oh, okay.
That was the shut up Dave blow up. I had somebody mentioned that I had a hat trick the other night when Dave was on Tuesday. I had a hat trick. I had a blow up hat trick. But no, go ahead. What's on your mind, kid?
Yeah, what you got, lovely?
Well, all I will say right now is hello.
Hello?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! You're
Debbie.
so mean right now.
I didn't do
we're
anything.
waiting for you to talk.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do
We're
anything.
waiting for you.
I didn't do anything. You got the jitters.
I might not call back.
Oh, God, I didn't do a thing.
What's
I might leave and never come back.
I never did a thing. What's the matter? I just segued. That's all. And it's just funny. Come on, everybody gets goofed on over here. You do too.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
What I was going to say is I hope Mike Smith sucks tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, versus the Coyotes? Well,
That's
I bet
almost
on
a
them
given.
too. I bet on the Hawks too, so
He keeps robbing us every time we play Arizona.
when was the last time you guys played Arizona, come to think of it? And Arizona did beat them recently, is that correct?
No, not really. Was it recently?
Yes, it was. It was last month they beat you guys, right?
Let me see. I'm
Yes.
going through right now.
And Smith had a big night. Poor Mike Smith. He's had such a rough year over there. I feel
He's
so
had a
bad.
really rough year.
Oh God, he's better than them. That team sucks. It's not all his fault. That team, I seen him play. They suck. They suck outright.
Yeah, we lost 3-2 in overtime back in February 9th.
I really wouldn't worry about it. Hawks are playing a little bit better of late. I think they run over them.
And that was Ratna.
Right.
That was Ratna in the goal. We got Crawford tonight. Don't worry about it. I
Yeah,
think we'll be good.
don't sweat it.
Okay.
Well,
then I'm
the only
optimistic now.
reason you should sweat it is because I bet on the Hawks and they're the head.
Yeah.
It's the only time I actually bet the over. That's the only reason you should sweat it. So I have a chance to go 0-15 now that I'm thinking, because I placed that bet the other day.
Yeesh.
Oh,
Oofa.
unbelievable. Don't you wish you could gamble like me on the internet in America?
Well, not really, because gambling is boring to me.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You know what the thing is about gambling, especially when BWin has the games actually broadcasting in the site, it makes anything interesting. Like if you want to get into a game, like it's like if let's say you're seeing some guy and you don't like football. I know you do like football. Let's say for instance, what you do is you pull out your phone, you go to BWin, like even a soccer game you don't want to see, and then you bet on the next team that's going to score right there. All of a sudden, you're in the game.
Yeah.
It makes everything more wonderful.
Deb doesn't need gambling. She's in Texas. She's got guns to do anything with.
Yeah,
She's got,
that's true.
Yeah,
At least you can do stuff.
There's cattle wrangling and gunplay and all kinds of good shit.
I wish
I
we could.
actually have a gun in the house.
I'm sure.
Yes, I could have told you
It
that.
surprised me there. Actually, me and Dave probably wish we could go shooting once in a while, but the crazy laws
I
over
miss
here
it.
must make it impossible.
I miss it.
And we're friggin' trained soldiers. We're trained killers, Debbie. Trained killers.
Trained killers.
Okay.
I can't see my toes, but I'm a trained killer.
We are. We'll strangle you to
Well,
death
my brother was in the Marines, so
Oh,
he's a trained killer too.
he's a trained killer. You know, we could kill you with some I don't know, fucking telephone wire. You know?
Yeah, I'll hang someone from an
We were
OE254.
commo guys. Well, I bet your killer Marine buddy couldn't set up a YouTube channel.
That's right.
I remember I got in a
No, we
fight.
couldn't.
No, he couldn't. I didn't think so. I got in a fight with a guy in the rack.
No shit.
I asked the I wanted to be the commo guy on the mid team, and I'm not going to go into what a mid team is, but they basically go outside the wire, and I was stuck inside. And for some reason, the one infantry guy who was basically taking a break in this tour because he had some really rough tours, because he said to me, he goes, "What makes you think they even need somebody like you over there? You're not an infantryman." I said, "Well, I thought that I could help with the skills that I have, like the encryption stuff. I'm in legal, constant. I'm involved in ComSec." He's like, "Well, they have that all already." And he said, "I don't know why you came to that conclusion." And then I looked at him and I says, "Well, you asked me every single day to set up your email, and I set it up every single day, and it doesn't need to be set up every day. So I figure that maybe they need somebody like me over there, considering you can't figure out how to get your email." And then he proceeded to punch me. That's a true story.
He deserves it, you smart ass.
No, I didn't. He was nasty to me first. And I gave it right back to him. I said, "Well, you can't get your email. What makes you think those guys can fucking do it in the fucking field? I don't know." And then he beat the shit out of me. That's a true story, Deb.
Right. It is a true story.
That is a true story, Deb.
It's great.
Why do you like it? You love it. He loves hearing that. It's a true story.
Oh, God, it's good.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God.
Deb.
A good Tommy C fight story. It just never gets old.
Well, I got to start talking about when I win. I've talked about that one twice already.
Well,
I mean,
when it
geez.
happens, you can tell the story.
Yeah. Fuck off. I've won fights. I've won fights. Hey, Deb, thanks for calling in. We'll do a show tomorrow for an extra because I missed that one day. And I will make an announcement. I'm going to make some show announcements as far as like the rest of the week is concerned, because they're going to interfere with my schooling. All righty?
Ooh, exciting.
All right.
Exciting.
I'll talk to you later, kiddo. You're the best.
Okay.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. That's the great Deb down in Texas who desperately needs to talk some hockey because everybody's
having a bad day.
Friggin' football.
Having a bad day.
I'm never calling back.
We got to
I
talk
didn't do
about
it.
this.
You can't blame me that time.
No,
No, I can't blame you
Well,
that. I mean, I'm a douche, I admit, but you can't blame me on that one. All right.
No, that was
All right. ITC next week. There's two possible scenarios. We're taking the week off for one reason. I get out at 9 o'clock, and that means I got to get the bus home from there. That means that's 9:30 is the time, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Can't be done. So we're either going to record early stuff in the morning, release it at 10:30, which kind of sucks because it means we'll get less hits because we'll be less current, or we'll cancel the whole week. Stay tuned for that announcement. I haven't decided yet. You're okay with that, then, Dave, aren't you?
Either way, whatever we can do, whatever.
It'll
I can
be
do
up
help,
to next
buddy.
week, and then I'm gonna have to probably lean on you a little bit to keep me updated with like those stories that basically break around 8 o'clock our time, which is about 4 o'clock. That's when a lot of stories seem to come in, and you're just gonna have to keep me. You're probably gonna have to play newsman for a
whatever
while.
you
So
need.
so it's a situation where I watch all the games and do everything I have to do and set the scores up, and then I come off the bus and then jump right in here, and that's what it's gonna have to be like when we come back. But I don't know. Maybe we should just do 4 half-an-hour shows next week, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. We'll do 4 half-an-hour shows. We'll release them late. And I'm sorry because I know you guys like coming in the chat. And I appreciate all that stuff. The other thing I wanted to do is I'm not going to go as far as apologize for yesterday's show because the thing is, but I did. Deb wrote something, and it was kind of funny. And at the same time, I had to kind of reflect on myself a little bit. It said something like, "Oh, God, please call him. He's talking about politics. Maybe he can save." And I saw it and I laughed. I thought it was funny. But then I started really thinking about what I did. And I certainly don't, I believe everything I said, of course. But I do get the feeling that when I can't even watch it, I'm just thinking that I'm kind of shoving my views down a lot of your throats. And I know that's not what you come for. And I recognize that. And I'm going to definitely make an effort to keep that from happening in the future. I'm certainly going to talk about the politics of hockey, and I'm going to call it the way I see it. But as far as bringing outside things and stuff like that, I don't want to waste your time, and you don't want your time wasted. So I'm going to keep a special eye on that. So believe me, I heard you. I saw it was in the chat. I want to cater to you guys. You're the most important, and you can best believe that I'll do that and still sort of be myself. I'm not going to pull back, but at the same time, I'm not going to do stuff that that bores the shit out of you. Yeah. It wasn't the right venue for it, and we're just going to make some changes. And to let you know, I'm learning every day. Sometimes I read something and I'm like, oh God, that's pissing me off, and then I'm trying to talk about hockey, and all I'm doing is thinking about the stupid thing I last read, because I read a lot. I mean, I'm almost constantly reading at home, and that affects me. But you know what? I'm learning, and I'll just learn how to pitch that out and stick to hockey, the politics of hockey, and of course scores and the goofy stuff that we do. So I
very introspective, my friend.
Yeah, that's what I did. I saw what Dev said. I laughed. It was funny. I was like, wow. But I don't want to bore anybody. I noticed there's less people here today, and I wonder if that's because maybe I was a little less entertaining, and because at the end of the day, that's on me. So that's just the way that goes. And I heard what you said, and I'm not gonna always do what you say, but I'm definitely gonna listen.
Before we hit the scores,
sure,
I gotta call your team out for being the floppers that they are.
What happened? I missed, because I honestly didn't want. I watched the highlights because I couldn't do it today. I had something to do. I had to go out.
Against the Islanders, Jesper Fast committed one of the most entertaining yet blatant dives in the history of anything. There's a wonderful gift for it. Yeah, he's on a face-off, and I swear to God, this guy barely.
You should send me this gift.
Sakizis? Yeah, I tried to.
Oh, really?
I'll send it to you right now. Sakizis. He taps him. I mean, taps his leg, his right leg with a stick, and this guy flops in such a hysterical manner. In fact, here it is.
You gotta send it to me. Let's see if I can.
It's sent to you right now.
Let's see if I
can
get
it up.
Let's see. I don't know if this is gonna work.
It's in the.
We'll give it a chance, but yeah, maybe you guys should check that out.
It's
well, he's European.
I mean, he touches him, and he goes down like a friggin' heap.
He's European. It's not my fault.
It's great. That's a flop. LeBron James is applauding.
LeBron James is like, that guy's a good player.
That's a good player. Soccer players are giving him a standing ovation.
That's good work. They do. They think that stuff's all great. Rangers, here we go. Let's go to the web page right now. Rangers player blatantly dives, draws penalty. An astonished Islanders player. All right, here we go. I think we can actually run this because I'm 7 seconds. Let's see. Here we go. I saw this happen. I thought he actually. Oh wow. He actually drew the penalty. I really thought he stuck him because Cizikas and him, were actually pushing and shoving before this. I saw that. And I really thought he fooled me, even just to show you. And the way he kicks his left leg up so fast, it fooled me too.
It's so good.
The thing really, is, really good. If you look at that angle, it's zoomed in from the TV. If you're watching it on TV, you don't actually see that whole. You just kind of see the whole television. So I mean, yeah, you're right. I totally missed that.
It's great. Sakias is just like, what the fuck?
Kazikas. And I'll tell you something. I'm not going to be inconsistent here. Fine his ass. It doesn't belong in our game. And, Don Cherry's always considered. I mean, look, I realize Rick Nash did it too, but I tell you something. I'm sorry, Europeans. We see it more from you guys than anybody else. And I think that has to do with European soccer culture, that it's like, hey, you outsmarted the ref. Good job. And in the NHL, I think Jesper Fast, I'm sure he can afford it. He's going to find himself with a bit of a fine, because that's really disgusting. And I don't care if my team does it or anybody else's team. So we hate diving over here. Our own team members, like Matthew Gazarov, called out his favorite player. I called out Matt said, I don't like it. I think he should be out of the goddamn game. And Jesper Fast deserves a fine. I think it's loud.
At least it's entertaining, though. That was entertaining.
It's funny as fuck. Maybe we should put it back up there to laugh. That might be a good idea. Let's check this out. There's Cizikas. Cizikas there. Hey. Oh! It is kind of funny. Woo! Yeah, what are you doing?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. It's a lot of fun. What do you think? We should go into last night's games in the National Hockey League?
I would love to know what happened last night.
Would you love to know? Cam Talbot helps the Rangers to move to the Metropolitan Division by beating Ovechkin and the Capitals 3-1. This highlighted from one of the, I don't know, saves the season, but a really, really great stoning of Nicholas Backstrom. Leafs take the Sabres 4-3 in the shootout. Johnny Gaudreau, Station, each scored twice for the Flames. They double up the Ducks 6-3. This is a close game at one point. We've said it before. We'll say it again. the Calgary Flames are going to the playoffs, and it's because of grit, and it's because they never quit. You think that's fair to say, that on Dave?
Oh, I think it's very, very fair. They are plucky.
Plucky. What the fuck does that mean?
Plucky. They're full of pluck, you know?
Oh, pluck you.
Luster and balls.
Whatever. My United States or whatever. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The Tampa Bay Lightning are in Boston to face the Bruins. Dallas Stars, they're in Carolina. Hopefully don't get blown away. The Edmonton Oilers are in Pittsburgh to take on the Penguins. You know, I should probably take the Oilers. Didn't they beat them last week? They ain't going to beat them at
I think they're not going to beat them again.
Yeah, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Columbus Blue Jackets, they're up against the Detroit Red Wings. 7:30, the Ottawa Senators take on the Montreal Canadiens. And that's the shot from the point bet of the day. Take Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Ottawa. I think they're going to win. They've been hot lately. Also 7:30, the Winnipeg Jets, they're in Florida to take on the Cats. Both teams that need playoff points. 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, another shot from the point bet. Take the Philadelphia Flyers as the under over the St. Louis Blues. They barely beat Winnipeg the other day, and we're going to see what Philly's made of. So I think it's a strong bet. Philadelphia Flyers over the St. Louis Blues as an underdog bet. Obviously. Obviously. What am I going to say?
That scares me.
All right. 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. The New Jersey Devils are in Colorado to take on the Lanch. 3 late-night games. Los Angeles Kings take on the Nucks. Chicago Blackhawks take on the Arizona Coyotes. Obviously, we took the Blackhawks in our shot from the point bet. So we have 3 bets. 3 bets. 3 bets off in the crease. Actually, we'll call them in the crease bets because we're never going to do this on shot from the point.
There you go.
And lastly, but not leastly, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, the Nashville Predators take on the San Jose Sharks. And that's it then on Dave. Thank you so much for being here.
So soon?
Yeah, I guess, well, we did about an hour straight, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what happens when we do that? We say, get out of my crease!